Guys, to the Danger Ahead podcast with your host, Duncan and Misha Jarad.
Hello.
Um, so today, y'all, we have three topics we want to talk to you guys about, right? Especially for most of us Americans out there, we have a very big day tomorrow and the next day when it comes to the election. So we want to give our opinions and perspectives on Trump versus Harris. Okay. We're going to be talking about AIs, artificial intelligence, taking over jobs of the man. Right? And we have think pieces at the very end of the episodes. Think pieces, of course, like things that make you, think. They're not necessarily, situations. They're more about like ethics. They're more about, trying to figure out how things go and everything like that. So this think piece is going to be called Friends versus Foe. And that has more to do with, of course, who's your friend, who's your foe. So, again, we're going to lead into this election right now, and, Jared's going to start it off with how he feels things are going right now. What's his opinion on, like, Trump and Harris, their supporters, their policies? Like, what's going on, Jared?
Well, this should honestly be one of the easiest elections ever, but obviously it's not because of how things have been going. So obviously we have Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So previously, 2016 to 2020, we had Trump as our president. Currently now, he's running for re-election. So at this point, I'm 100% leaning towards Harris. I'm going to vote for her because, in my personal opinion, she's clearly the best candidate for the job. So as to why, one, here's a very simple one. I don't even have to talk about her policies or anything like that. Her, when she is talking, when she's giving a speech, she's dignified, she's presidential, she's proper, she's poised. I feel like I'm listening to someone important who's trying to like lead our country, trying to convey a very empowering and encouraging message. When Trump talks, he just is either one, just rambling about immigrants, saying racist shit, or just sounded like a complete dumbass, like when he's talking about Arnold Palmer's dick. Like, why the fuck are you talking about that? We don't care about that shit. How are you going to help the country? That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So, one, like whenever he's just talking, he just talks in circles. Like there was even a town hall where he was talking about January 6th, and he's like, it was a day of love and peace, and everyone's like, no, it wasn't. And then he said, Ashley Babbitt, as we all know, she was one of the people who was killed on January 6th. She got shot by the Secret Service. So he said Ashley Babbitt got killed. And then he immediately follows up by saying no one died. And even the one woman in the town was like, what are you talking about? You just said someone got killed. So this man just talks in roundabout circles and sounds like a delusional dumbass whenever he's just talking about anything. He never is just like, hey, what's 1 + 1? He'll say, well, 1 + 1 is a great answer. And then he'll just ramble about random shit without even answering your question. So he's terrible at speeches. He does not sound dignified. He's not poised. He's not presidential. Now, one of the other things that irritates me because people are sexist about Kamala Harris, they're like, oh, she's a woman. She can't lead. Da-da-da. One of the things they say, oh, what if she has a period? She's 60. She's gone through menopause. That's not happening anymore. Oh, she's going to be emotional. All she had to say to get Trump to be emotional was that his rallies were small. And this man was going to lose his shit and ramble and snap, and then somehow dive back into illegal immigration. It was really weird. But even when he was president, 2016 and 2020, this man was tweeting every day because someone said something about him. He's like, oh, you're an idiot. They don't know what they're talking about. You're fake news. So if you want to talk about emotional, he's an emotional wreck. He can't take any sort of criticism without losing his shit. That's not someone who's poised and can lead in good faith. He's going to snap on every little thing and just let everything fall apart. Even the generals and all the other people who we're talking about, they're like, yeah, this guy shouldn't have access to national security. He's unreliable. He's crazy. He's all over the place.
You know something crazy? Putin actually supports Harris.
Really?
Putin supports Harris.
That's interesting.
So I feel like low-key, I think Putin kind of set Trump up a little bit. Because if Trump goes, well, now you see how it is, Putin's bad, then it's like, okay, you had years and years of you talking about how great he was. So if you go back on your word about Putin, who's to say you've been honest to begin with? You know what I'm saying? So So I feel like Putin played chess instead of checkers when it came to that endorsement.
Hmm.
You know,
And also,
go ahead.
So to continue, one of the other issues I had, one, praising Putin, who we know is a tyrannical dictator. He's always killing his political opponents and anyone that says shit about him. Praising Kim Jong-un, who we know is just choking the people of North Korea out. Like, you speak out even once, you're dead or you're going to jail forever in North Korea. And then 3, saying, I wish my generals were more like Hitler's. Like, bro, first of all, they tried to kill Hitler. They didn't like him. A lot of them did not like him. There was a lot of attempts on Hitler for a reason. So he's just always saying the wrong things and just looking like a complete idiot when it comes to this shit. And I don't understand how people get in their head, he's going to be a great leader. It's like, no, he's a fucking dumbass. Yeah, he's rich. Okay, he was born to really good money, but I don't really it. I haven't seen anything that makes him look like a good leader to me.
So I got you. I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick.
All right, go for
it. And kind of understand why the support for Trump. So number one, if you're rich, you voted for Trump.
True.
Like them tax cuts that he passed is benefiting you. So when I see rich people endorsing him, I'm not mad.
That's not a surprise. Right.
I'm not. I always say this: go for who benefits you. Right. The only reason I voted Biden was because he talked about them student loan forgiveness. Right. I mean, he tried and he failed, but that's why that thing affected me personally. Right. When it came to Hillary versus Trump, I voted Trump. That's the funny part. I'm a Democrat. I voted Trump because I don't trust Hillary ass. You know what I'm saying? You trying to ride on the coattails of your husband. Right. We love Bill. We don't like you. We don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Trump, right? I think a lot of people are misinformed in regards to the economy and everything. And again, I can't blame them because you often, more often than not, the information you get is based off the news channels and news articles you're reading. And we have seen, I think this is probably the most exposing of all campaigns and elections to show just how biased these news networks are. Fox News has been biased, CNN has been biased, MSNBC, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Everybody's been biased when it comes to their candidates. Now, one guy, I remember a guy commented on one of these pictures and he said, if you do your research, you would vote for Trump. I told him, I did my research. This is why I'm voting for Kamala. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. I'm just going based on how I read it. Kamala. I'm sorry. But it's like, I'm watching what Trump is saying and how he's saying it. This man basically endorsed a purge. But instead of it being a night, it's an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I'm not say I'm scared, but I'm scared. At the same time, people are talking about if this person gets elected, it's World War III. Y'all been saying that since World War II. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fear-mongering. War has always been a thing when it comes to the world because everybody's greedy. Right? Russia is in a fight with Ukraine. Why? Because Russia's being greedy and wants to land. Right? North Korea is North Korea because he got a tiny dick. I'm just saying, like, no, seriously. Like, don't get me started on North Korea, man. Don't get me started on North Korea. Like that. Let me keep it cool. My issue is people are voting based off the team they're on and not based off the candidate. Which is why we don't normally end up with the best candidates to begin with. I'm voting for Harris. I can honestly tell y'all. Because what Trump is trying to do does not benefit me. And this basic economics does it just be like the tariffs he's talking about 100, 200, 1,000%. Basic economics. Shout out to Mr. Deemer. Because even he said tariffs basically destroy open trade. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is to get things cheaper. which will make the labor cheaper, which will make the product cheaper, and everything will flow. I get it. We want to be the star manufacturers of things again, but the world has changed since 1920. Okay, we don't need all these factories anymore. We don't need them. There's other places that make cheaper materials for us. We get the cheaper materials. Sure, we can make them over here, but at least let us get the materials. Putting the tariffs on the companies as a business person, I'm gonna raise the hell out of them prices. Because we all know, let's be honest, we all know inflation, a big part of it had nothing to do with supply and demand. It was about profit. You know what I'm saying? I just think that was it. Kevin says, let's see what Kevin says. Kevin says, I loved how the Democratic Party tricked all the left-leaning people in the country by saying Joe was going to run, pulling the rug out from underneath them and going, here was a candidate that wasn't even top 10 in the last election. Yeah, that was out of pocket to me. That was out of legit. That was out of pocket to me. I was like, where the hell did Kamala come from? But I get it. She's the vice president. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the only person that they could really find that had a real backing against Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I view it. But he's right. We all thought it was going to be Joe. You know what I'm saying? We all thought it was going to be Joe, man. Why was she VP? We don't wish she was VP. Joe's smart. Joe Biden's smart. I bet you he didn't even know her. You know what I'm saying? We know he's smart. But my whole thing is like, for all those who are out there voting, just for once, forget whatever party it is. Go for who benefits you. If it's Trump, vote Trump. If it's Kamala, vote Kamala. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's those people that benefit you, then go that person. But stop looking at these outlets talking about World War III. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? You know what was newsworthy a few years ago? Oh, Dennis Rodman's in North Korea. What did that accomplish? What, that Kim Jong-un like basketball? I don't understand. I heard he wanted Jordan and he's gonna get Jordan. They're to get Rodman. I wonder what Rodman said to him. I don't know. Especially with the fact I feel like any country that limits the information that people get from the outside world should have already been handled, in my opinion. I'm not saying go out there and destroy people. I'm just saying, like, if there's a thing where people talk about, oh, America is corrupt and they be putting in, like, you know, American backed dictators and stuff like that. All right, put them in the right place then. All right, go to North Korea or something. Put them in the right place. Open up the internet to them people. Okay? Do that. You know, I know they can't because, you know, you got Russia and you got China. No. I'm just saying. But my personal opinion, we got to take care of our country. That's how we got to take care of our country first. You know what I'm saying? We got to take care of homelessness. We got to take care of the border. We got to take care of minimum wage. We got to take care of colleges. We got to take care of so much stuff. My thing has always been, if your house is on fire and your neighbor's house is on fire, why are you trying to put out your neighbor's house? Put out your house first. Then you can worry about your neighbor. If you put out your house first, guess what? Now you have more access to water. You can help your neighbor out more. Well, let's dive into their policies. So the source we're using, guys, is BBC, right? You know, as y'all know, it's European based. And Kevin is correct as well. The two-party system was created only to help the people at the top. Because even if you're voting for like those third and fourth party members, your vote's not helping them.
Right. Like what is it, Green Party, and then the other
Green
ones that are just
Party
kind
and
of
like
floating
some,
around,
your
which all
vote's
get
not
less than
helping.
1%.
If you're able to get at least 20% of the world of the country to vote for them, then you'll start to see like some progress. But for now, all you're doing is hurting yourself. That's so in regards to let's say taxes first. Okay. So taxes. Harris wants to raise taxes on big businesses and Americans making $400,000 a year. I think that's valid. But she has also unveiled a number of measures that would ease the tax burden on families, including an expansion of child tax credits. That's valid. The reason why I can say that's valid is because we're currently paying for daycare. Daycare is about in Massachusetts is about $3,000 a month. $3,000. That's with discounts. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. She has broken with Biden over capital gains tax, supporting a more moderate rise from 23.6 to 28% compared with his 44.6%. Yeah, that 44.6%. While Trump proposes a number of tax cuts worth trillions, including an extension of his 2017 cuts, which mostly has helped the wealthy. He says he will pay for them through higher growth and tariffs on imports. Analysts say both tax plans will add to the ballooning deficit, but Trump's by way more. So this is basically them saying both are going to add to the deficit, but this one's worse than it. You know what I'm saying?
But
he said, bro, if she taxes unrealized gains, your retirement accounts are going to take it. No, I think it's the Roth, right?
The limit was like,
IRA,
I thought she was specifically targeting over $100 million.
Like, I think so too. Yeah,
which is
it's
a
huge amount.
Yeah, if you have enough, if you have 100 million or over, then it'll affect you. But that's that's not a majority of Americans. That's once again the 1% that would get hit by that.
Yeah.
So everyone else is safe.
Kev says the federal government is throwing money at proxy wars. They definitely are. I always say, where the money coming from? Where's the money coming from? No. You know what I hate? I'm trying to get off topic, y'all. You know what I hate? I just hate it. I hate the fact that people be like, we broke, or why should my tax money help other people, and all this other stuff. I remember them saying it with the student loan forgiveness, right? It was like my taxes shouldn't go into somebody who can't pay back their loans, or if they forgive the loans, my taxes will increase. Bro, just go to school. Just one time. Go on Google. Go on YouTube, bro. Something. Your taxes are going to be your taxes regardless. If the government decided tomorrow, you know what? We're about to burn all the money y'all just gave us this year. You can't do shit about it until the next 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate, if you want to be fair with that, how about this? Let's do it. As soon as you do your taxes, there should be a check mark. Where do you want your money to go in regards to the infrastructure? Would you like roads, education, war, forgiveness, politician salaries? Something. Let's put check marks on all those. Let's see who really for it. Let's see who really for it. And then set up a trap. If one of them says back to yourself, double that motherfucking taxes. Double his taxes. Now we taking 2 of them and you don't get a choice. Do something like that.
You're cutting out just a little bit.
Yeah, my bad. I'm just saying, bro, like, America is greedy. The people in America is greedy. We all greedy. Right? We don't like to help out each other. Let's be real. They always say, "Oh, Americans like to help," but we don't like to help out each other.
Like, even if you look at every city with like a major homeless problem, it's like, oh, so what are they doing? Well, they took away the benches so they can't sleep there. They fenced off this area so they can't make encampments. Are you like giving them like drug rehab? No, we're just moving them around. So you're not helping them. No, we don't like them. Oh, okay. But the population's growing. Put more spikes up so they can't sleep there on those vents. That's the dumb shit they keep doing all the cities. And it's insane that they keep doing it, and they're getting worse and worse with it. People trying to follow.
And then let's go into one of the policies about abortion. Okay. Everybody knows, the normal topic is men shouldn't be talking about abortion. It should be normal. My opinion is I think both genders can talk about it, only because it does take a man to put the baby in there. That's just my opinion. But it's a fact. It's right. But this is where I will say this. I think I'm pro-choice, by the way. I may not agree with it morally, but yeah, like Kevin, I'm not gonna put that up there, Kevin. But basically, I think you have a choice. Now, do I think that choice should have limits? Of course. Because I've been through that whole process with my own son. I've been there for the heartbeat. I've been there for when he moved his fingers. I've been there for all that. Right? I feel like once the fetus goes like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's when it's like, yeah, no. At the same time, I do believe it should be available for certain circumstances. Right? Of course, those who are sexually assaulted, those who are products of incest, those who basically know that a child will be born very, very, very badly. This is like they won't have a good life at all. Like, I feel like certain things like that get a pass. Because you know what I'm saying. At the same time, it's your choice. It's your choice. Like I said, I think it should have a choice, but limitations. And I feel like I know what they did. They brought it back to the states. They basically said the federal government should not have any say in it, which makes sense. Your state itself, because think about it again, you can't really change the federal government, but you can change the state government. Your vote changes the state directly. So, and I always told people this, bro. If you don't like your state legislator voting on to not have it or to have it, vote them the fuck out. Change the state legislature, change the people who are in charge. You can do that in your state. Federal is hard. Federal is it's about representation and all this bullshit. But state, my vote matters in state. My vote don't matter in federal. My vote matters in state. So if you pass some shit that I don't like, I'm voting you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. So I get why the motivation behind it I don't like, but I get why they did that. Trump did that. But again, my whole thing is pro-choice. I'm a pro-choice person. Again, I may not have to morally agree with you, but that doesn't mean I think you shouldn't have a choice.
Right.
And that's how I think politics should be. There's a difference between legal and right.
Right. Because there can be a law about something, but it's like, hey, that law is pretty fucked up. It's like, it's like, so at that point you have a different argument.
Now, Jared, so I want to ask you, what do you feel the difference is between Trump supporters and Harris supporters? Like, describe both of them to me. Describe both of them.
I think probably one of the worst things for Harris supporters is that there's a bit of, I guess, over enthusiasm, like, oh, she's gonna flip the whole world upside down and do all this shit. It's like, in reality, if she wins and gets into Congress, right? We all know they're gonna be like, "You ain't finna do shit." They are gonna stonewall her. I mean, I guarantee you, it's gonna be like what was it, Obama's first term where they did that shit and like you barely could do anything. They're most likely gonna just do that shit. But with with MAGA, not even Republicans, MAGA, because they're different. When I mean the best they are in a cult because when people are like, oh, he's their messiah, yeah. When like no matter what you say, like he did, no matter what you should be like, it doesn't matter. That's our guy. He can't do any wrong. And once you've gotten to the point of blind faith in whoever it is, that's a whole other issue. Because obviously no one in this world is perfect. Kamala's not perfect. Trump's not perfect. Congress is fucked up. Everybody's got issues and biases, and some people are bottom and all that bullshit. But the fact that like you can't even try to change their mind, they're just like, no, that's our guy. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, they're just like, that's our guy. That's just in general bad, all over the place. The blind faith is, we'll just say, disturbing, to say the least.
I think Trump supporters have changed the Republican Party. I think there's two types of Republican parties now. There's the Republican Party and there's MAGA. That's how I think it is. Like Kev, I know Kev is Republican Party. Kev's conservative. You know what I'm saying? But he also knows dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? People are MAGA. Some people are MAGA, which means Trump does no wrong. Everything Trump says is fine. I will not research shit. All right, whatever Trump says goes. I don't care if he's talking about Arnold Palmer's dick or whatever.
I hate everyone.
It's fine. Right? That's how it is. And the Kamala's, in my opinion, Kamala, like the big supporters, I think are a lot more ultimate liberal wise. Right? Like I always hate like the radicals on both sides. I always hate.
They're annoying as shit. Yeah.
The radical conservative and the radical liberal, I will always dislike because you guys make both parties look like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a John McCain type of economy, I wouldn't have minded. Even if Obama lost, I wouldn't have minded. Mitt Romney, I wouldn't have minded that. He was I think the governor for Massachusetts at one point. Not governor, I think Senate. So yeah, and like I said, most people fall in the middle, but they're leaning, right? They're more leaning. Right? I'm a Democrat, right? I understand liberals and everything. I may lean a little bit more to conservative, but only in certain situations. Right? And I feel like that's how not democracy, but I feel like that's how it should be in general. There should not be a two-party system where I have to choose either the radical left or the radical right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna lose regardless. Right? Think about it. Okay. Remember I brought up the student loan thing, right? So again, student loan forgiveness. It's the government basically saying we're just gonna forgive you that. Nobody's gonna pay for it. Everything's fine. We're just gonna forgive it. You don't owe us. Right? All that money you was gonna pay, put it in the economy. That's basically how it goes. Who stopped it? The Republicans. But what kind of Republicans? The ones that felt like it wasn't fair in certain states. And again, instead of common sense, which is like, hey guys, let's just exclude those states from the program because they don't want it. They go, never mind, the whole thing's squashed. You know what I mean? I feel like it should have been like that. It should have been, all right, Texas, Arizona, whatever those Republican states are, I don't care. You don't want to be part of the program? Cool. You're not part of the program. And if your people, the people that you govern, don't like it, that you're not part of the program, they're gonna vote you out. Because they're already trying to vote out Ted Cruz. Every single newspaper in his freaking state has turned on him. Because Ted Cruz is shit. I don't even know how he stayed in Congress for this long. He is shit. capital shit.
Bro, remember when he got caught trying to go? Where was he go? He was leaving when they were having that ice storm. He was like, "Y'all, I'm heading to the Bahamas," and they
Yeah.
caught his ass at the airport, and he got tore up.
Like what? Like, I don't know, Texas. I'm glad y'all are finally opening your eyes to Ted Cruz being shit. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And please, federal government, introduce terms as in like
Term limits.
if you voted, like how a president can only go twice, basically. Please include that for Senate. Please include that for Supreme Court. There is no reason somebody could be 92 or higher on the Supreme Court. Let me tell y'all something, man. You know how many 80-year-olds I see walking around and they forget they birthdays and shit, and the birthday be the same day and everything like that. You know how many times they forget to tie their shoe or leave a sock. Some of them forget their own grandchildren's names. You know what I'm saying? But we want them to rule the country? All because they're old enough to remember the Constitution don't mean they should be there. You know what I'm saying? I think judges, Supreme Court judges, especially, should be every 4 years with the president.
I'd agree with that.
That's what I think it should be. Every Supreme Court judge should be every 4 years because the president anoints them, don't they? Okay. So there's no reason why when there's a new president, we still keep the same Supreme Court. And we have to wait till they're old and withering and dying in order to then change it. That don't make sense. But same thing with shout out to Bernie Sanders. Man, we appreciate you, but you 150, bro. 150. Every single argument sounds like it's gonna be your last. Like his fingers pruny, and like it's like he's trying his damnedest to keep that finger up and point at people. Like, fam, just go home. Biden shouldn't have been running at 82.
No.
Trump damn near 97. Right? Go home.
Retire.
Retire. Just like be with your grandkids while you're still on this earth, bro. Stop screwing over my grandkids, bro.
Remember what George Bush did? As soon as he got out, where did he go? He went back to his ranch and painted.
Let's be real. That's because George Bush was a puppet. Let's be honest. That motherfucker didn't even want to be president. George Bush didn't even want to be president, but they're like, motherfucker, you better stay here. We don't want no goddamn Al Gore in the goddamn White House. We don't want no John Kerry in this White House. You better stay here. God damn.
Yeah, he dipped. He said, all right, I'm going to go paint. Trying to understand my way.
Oh, man.
That's fucked up, Kevin. That's fucked up.
Oh, man. But again, my final topic on it, final word on this topic is, guys, go vote for who benefits you and just you. Okay, I don't care. Again, if you're rich out there and Trump's tax cuts help you and all this shit helps you, go vote for that motherfucker. But if you poor out here like me and you need that child tax and all that, vote for Camilla and shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I gotta get up tomorrow and vote. My voting thing's down the street. My neighbor runs it, so I'm cool. What's your last word on the topic, Jared?
I mean, you kind of nailed it. Vote who helps you. It's like, don't vote against your own interest. It's like, hey, they're going to start cutting your child tax credit. Why would you vote for that? That's going to hurt you. You own a business. Hey, you're a small business. We're cutting your taxes. What? What do you mean? If you're a big business, it's like, oh, shit, hell yeah. So, I mean, understand it. Whoever, basically, it's just a checkbox. Whoever has more checks in your favor should be the obvious choice. Whether it's like, oh, your morals, their policies, how they're as a person, more check bars, vote for that person. Pretty simple.
Okay. Now, next topic, y'all. As y'all know, AI, artificial intelligence, has been taking over these last few years, especially with ChatGPT and everything like that, man. If we had ChatGPT back in the day and the teachers didn't know about it, man, we would have been sitting on all the A's and sleeping all night. It's crazy. But these last few years, AI has been making a jump. Now, it's the biggest fear. Will you be able to keep your job once AI is introduced into your field? You heard speak on it.
Well, one of the actually easier areas to focus on this, we recently had the port strikes, as you know, the shipping ports, where the union workers were, I'm not AI, but but with the port strikes, they wanted protections against AI. We also had the writer strike, was it a year and a half ago, where they also wanted protections against AI taking their jobs. So the simplest way is like people always say, oh, well, AI is more efficient. You know, machines don't need breaks. You don't have to give them benefits. They save the companies money. And this is true. But at the same time, no one really thinks about where does that put us, right? So like if they got rid of all the port jobs tomorrow, all of them, that's like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs, then those people are now jobless. So it's like now they have to get a job in another field. Well, what can they do? We don't know. Do they have the skills? Do they need to be trained? Or are you just going to let them, drown and then spike the unemployment rate, which, once again, is also going to drain our country because, now they have to apply for unemployment. Now we're just losing money. And if it gets to the point where we can, say, replace practically every job, what does that mean for us? If you've ever seen the movie Elysium, Earth was a hellhole. If you were the 1%, you were up in your little floating citadel where everything was all nice and happy. Meanwhile, everyone on Earth was struggling just to eat rats or some shit, or you worked in some factory that no one gave a fuck about you. The whole point of AI should be making our lives as a whole society easier. It should be basically, we wake up and it's like, hey, bro, what you want to do? Yo, you trying to go paint? All right, Brett. Hey, Johnson. Yes, sir. And then it goes, washes your dishes or makes you dinner or some shit, and we're just chilling. But because we're capitalistic, that's not the way AI is going. They just want all the money, all the control, and we just kind of here surviving.
What was that? What was that? What did you say?
I tripped up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man, I mean, you can say that it's more capitalistic with it, but I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's making our lives easier in regards to you don't have to do it.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. Technology should be used to do my chores while I paint, not to paint while I do my chores. Because they're trying to rip out like they want to replace writers, music artists, regular artists who just draw and paint. And like, oh, we can just do it with AI. And for some reason, I don't know why, AI can't figure out hands. And it's actually kind of funny. All those drawings, they have like 6, 7 fingers. The hands are long and weird. But AI can't figure that shit out for some reason. That's really funny.
Because I think having 5 fingers is weird in general for like nature.
But they're using it in literally all the wrong ways. Instead of making our lives easier, there's like, well, let's take these jobs away. Let's do this so these people can't do that. But how do you feel about
it? AI. Kevin said it earlier, but AI is scary. Like I can't trust it fully because I know computers have errors. Don't get me wrong, humans have errors too. But let's say this. Let's give a scenario. Hey guys, your captain today is a computer on the plane. Autopilot the entire way. Have a good day. Are you anxious or not now?
Say that one more time. You cut out a little bit.
So if you're flying on the plane,
right,
and they announce, hey, your pilot is an AI. Good luck.
I'm nervous as shit.
You're nervous
because I don't trust that shit.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. We know that AI is smart, but we also know AI is glitchy because
and dumb to a degree.
AI wants to learn. It wants to, which means it also wants to experiment. Right? So what I'm just telling you, like, if I find out my AI, like the AI pilot is piloting the plane, guess what? It's gonna wonder, I wonder what happens if I flip this shit. And then and then what happens? Plane turns upside down, we crash, then the AI logs in, don't do it again. And then it's the next one. It's the next one that goes up. But damn, screw me. Because you want to experiment on my flight, right? Like, but I think AI was great. I think AI should have been and always should have been more about finding information than doing physical work. That's what I think it should be. AI should have been, hey, I just got stung by a bee. What do I do? And I don't even have to type it in. It'll just be like, what's his name? Betamax, Baymax from the
Oh yeah, from my Big Hero 6. Yeah.
right. He was AI. He was AI. And what happened? He analyzed it. Oh, looks like you're this, that, and the third. Here's some Neosporin or whatever that. And then he was good, right? I feel like that's how AI should be. Instead, we're using it more to like replace the average man because the average man takes work. But I think it's a double-edged sword because they're using it to try to save money. But then you need to have people who can fix those AIs. You need a human mind to fix the AI. You can't have an AI fix an AI because then you just get another AI that needs to be fixed as well.
Right.
That's just an endless cycle. So I do think give it 10 years. Maybe 15. Because Tesla already has the self-driving.
And they flawed as fuck.
It's flawed, but it works. It just depends on where you are. For example, if you live in Cali, it works phenomenal. Because Cali is basically experiment number one.
Right.
The roads are mapped out, everything's mapped out, and then Tesla has like 7 to 8 cameras. So it's able to identify certain things, how fast, how slow, everything like that. So that's already a thing. It's already effective in Cali. If you do the same self-driving thing in Massachusetts and you find a moment where you can do it, you screw yourself. Right. Not all roads are mapped. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, they map the roads based off where Teslas are driving. So if a Tesla never comes through my neighborhood and you randomly enter my neighborhood with that self-driving shit, that's just gonna be like, yeah, I can't do it.
Because I mean, even with like the auto drive feature, like there's plenty of YouTube videos you can watch where it does something weird. Like the one guy's just in the lane, he's like, oh, it's self-driving, and they just decided to randomly swerve for no reason. There was no obstacle, and he had to grab the wheel and switch it back, and he's like, that was weird. And then there's a clip I saw about 2 weeks ago where in Europe, the person in front of the one car braked, so the Tesla swerved to avoid them, and then it went right into oncoming traffic and got in a head-on collision. So it avoided one accident, but then it caused another. So you're like, all right, well, that's still a problem because once again, AI doesn't have that intuitiveness that we have, right? It's not thinking about other things like that. So, oh, avoid this, and then bam, now we have another problem. So it's nowhere near perfect. It has a lot of flaws still. And if we are going to make that massive push to say all self-driving cars, it has to be everything. It has to be all cars. It can't be just some cars because AI still struggles to adapt to us because we all know there's shitty drivers out here. Every day, everyone like in watching the stream or listening to this, you drive to work and there's some random asshole who blows a red light, cuts you off, does some random shit and almost causes an accident. But you have enough experience to know and think and to adapt to it. AI does not. And there's still accidents. Or sometimes randomly AI will just hit a pedestrian because it doesn't detect them for some reason. I don't know. The technology is flawed still.
Okay. Now, dude, I think it's already taken it's not really AI. It's more like just like putting your order in here and then we'll like get it ready for you. So like that kind of thing with McDonald's is like now it's like every McDonald's has these screens where you just tap the order and then you're good. But they still have the register person for like, of course, when the system breaks down, or for the the old folk that don't know how to use it. Like that kind of thing's fine. But I don't think AI will truly take over unless we've mastered the research part of it. Because a lot of people don't realize this, right? So again, AI is based off of the human mind, right? The need to learn, the need to experiment. So it's cultivating. It can cultivate all of what humans learn and then apply it, but it's experimenting at an exponential rate. Right? Cause and effect. So once we can do something like that, I think that's when they'll start taking over the jobs. But here's the thing about the universe: there's so much information we don't know. So AI itself is also going to be like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't think we're ever going to get to a point where the AI will truly take over the job for us.
If it, The other, obviously, the final big scare with AI is the smarter it gets, the potential more problems we have, right? So, for instance, in iRobot, everyone's seen it with Will Smith. Vicky, the AI that ran all the robots, finally was like, "Yeah, you guys are a problem." So it tried to basically seize control of everybody with the robots.
To,
Everybody,
to be fair, Biggie's programming was humans are a danger to themselves.
right? So it has to protect them.
So I'll protect them.
Mm.
Stop making robots like that. That's all. Every single robot that has snapped had one function: protect humans. Every single one of them.
Oh, that's true. Ultron too for Avengers.
Every single one of them had one feature, which was protect humans. And then they went on the internet for less than 2 seconds and was like, wait, humans are pretty dumb. Y'all got to protect y'all from yourselves. Basically. So, again, we know the see that's the difference between AI and us. We know it's bad to kill all humans and stuff like that. We know that. But AI would look at it as a solution. And that's it. It's just a solution. So, yeah, just don't make a robot that's meant to protect you. Make one that's meant to cook. Make one that's meant to clean. But when it comes to protecting me, don't you dare put that in my house. That's all I'm saying.
Then we gotta look at the Matrix, because remember that happened in the Matrix too, initially. But the difference was in the Matrix they became self-aware. So originally they were used for basic tasks like cooking, cleaning, butlers. But the moment they became self-aware, they were like, "Hey, can we have rights?" And humanity was like, "What'd you just say?" And then
see, but again, you see what I'm saying? That's humanity's fault. You could have said yes. You could have been like, "All right, bro, we can coexist." But nope. Literally, if you look at it, they were like, "Can we?" They literally asked humanity, "Can we coexist?" And then humanity was like, "Wait, aren't you solar powered?" Yeah. You'll block the sun. Like that. They didn't even hesitate. And then they fucked up because they're like, all right, bet. You took our son, we're gonna take your son from you and turn him into a fucking battery. That's what we're gonna do. But again, it still came down to humans where the robots wanted peace, wanted to, be like humans, and humans were like, no. Even though, again, humans are dumb because the whole point of making the robot was for it to be as human. So you fulfilled its function and then got mad that it fulfilled its function and then said, can I be a human with rights? And they looked at it like they did black people. No. So then it was like, damn. like that's why that man's name is Morpheus, because it's more for us. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's conspiracy. That's conspiracy. Whatever. Oh man. All right. As we dive into these last few minutes of the podcast, we're going to start our think piece. All right. So the think piece I have today is called Friends versus Foe. And it's basically about how do you identify? And remember, it's about thinking. So there's no right or wrong answer, but it's about how do you identify a friend being a friend and a friend being a foe. Right. So like, I'll say my piece, and Jared, you give your perspective on it. So the one thing I always talk about when it comes to friends and foes is about watching somebody you care about do better than you. Right. I always say this: when you have a group of friends and you have that one fun friend that like always wants to do shit, go out, even if you have responsibilities, they're like, yeah, just, like drop the responsibilities, like go out right now, that kind of thing. I always viewed that person as a foe, in my opinion. The reason why I've always viewed them as a foe is because they know you have to do certain things. And they want you to drop everything to hang with them. But I bet you when you say, hey, let's hang out, they're going to say, yeah, I got responsibilities. I can't do it. And more oftentimes than not, a lot of people would rather you stoop down to their level than to surpass them. This is why I always talk about the friends and foes, because not everybody's your friend, not everybody's your enemy, but sometimes your friend is your enemy and your enemy is your friend. because you know, as you get older, you start to realize it. Some of the people you didn't like as a kid, right? Like some of the adults that were like, you know, always told you no, always did this, always did that, always told you like stay away from this, stay away from that. You didn't like them because they're impeding on your peace. But now when you grow up, you're like, oh shit, they were looking out for me the whole time.
Mm.
Same thing with friends. And this is more, you know, our community. I would say this: any person who invites you to a gang is your enemy
Mm.
because they know how the life ends. They know what you could potentially do, but they decide to stoop you down to their level.
Mm.
And they would rather see you die or in jail than to see you prosper in life. And I feel like that stems from just the need to not have people be better than you.
Mm.
Just greed itself. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I view it. There's no self-sacrifice. There's no consideration. This is all about you making sure you're with me. You're on my level.
Mm.
And if you surpass my level, I'm gonna talk about how you changed. How you don't know more. How you used to be fun.
Mm.
Now you ain't fun no more.
Yep.
Right? You could be the same person too. You could be like, hey, like I'm just like, you know, you could be playing what's this shit on Smash Bros. You could be Smash Bros every day, and then you know you got a job, and now you're not playing Smash Bros every day, and they're like, you changed, you changed. You got money now, but you changed. Okay?
Mm.
So my thing is, and I always tell people this, right? When you have a group of friends, identify the friend info.
Mm.
Because and I see this on Facebook too. A lot of times people pick the wrong friend because it sounds more appealing. And they end up regretting it in life. Because it led you down a different path. And life is full of regrets, we all know.
Mm.
And I feel like the purpose of life is to kind of make peace with that regret. We all took different choices. We all took different paths.
Mm.
We all followed certain people. And life would have been different if we followed somebody else. We don't know.
Mm.
But that's how it would be. So what you thinking?
I'm going to kind of bounce off of what you said about having identifying friends. So, for instance, like for me, for example, sometimes I am terrible at reaching out to my friends. Just because I'm busy, I'm just not thinking about it. I'm just like dealing with life. But one of the easiest things to like how you know if like who your real friends are, like if you are going through something, whether it's like the death of a family member, maybe you're in the hospital, you're sick, who reaches out to you every now and then? Like, hey, how you doing? I know you're going through this. How you doing? How you feeling? Do you need help? Do you need anything? Those people that are reaching out at least every now and then, because you know no one wants so much like every day. No one expects that, but at least to some degree, reaching out. It's like, all right, this person actually, at least to some degree, cares about what's going on with my life, trying to keep in touch with me. But if like you have someone who just never, and it's always you, even when something's going on, you feel like, all right, they probably really don't give a fuck. They're just there for when it's like convenient, and then they just dipping off. That's a surefire way to identify if someone actually like truly is invested in you, like making sure you're still doing okay if you need help. I've had to help friends that are like really in the morning because something happened, or it's like really late at night. It's like, oh yeah, I got you. I'll come out, no problem. So it's like, you know, those are the kind of people you do want in your life.
So here's my thing though, right? So say something did go down, right?
Mm.
Everybody already knows the most common saying when some shit goes down. I bet. Let me know if you need anything.
Mm.
So I was like, I bet. I'm gonna need this then. I'm gonna need this then.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, you ain't replying no more? Like, what was the response? You know, I would have got it. Or, you know, I'm here to talk. You know, I'm like, nigga, I want to talk. I need this, and this. You said if I need anything, it's this. Now, if you told me that, hey, I'm here if you need to talk, then it would have been like, cool. You said if I need anything, I ask need $500 right now. You ain't got it? Don't say that shit now. Because there's only a few certain people. I'll give a story. Like my boy, I just went to his wedding, my boy Adrian. So me and Adrian didn't really know each other, right? There was one Thanksgiving where, so mind you, at this point, me and my grandson always spent Thanksgiving together. So there was one Thanksgiving I'm in college, and I just couldn't afford to get home. I couldn't afford a train ticket, plane ticket, car ride, nothing. And Adrian heard about it. So he legit said, yo, like, aren't you going home? I said, no, like, I can't afford it. Dude literally bought me the plane ticket to go home. He didn't even know me like that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Like a person who barely knows you. Mind you, we were cool. I wouldn't say we were like friends yet, but we were cool people. And he legit bought a whole plane to and from. So I was going back to see and everything. Bought me a whole plane ticket. And my Gramps was shocked too. Gramps was like, how'd you make it home? And I told him. I wanted to surprise him. So he was shocked when I was at the door. And when he gave me the money to give back Adrian a few months later, he was like, boy, y'all good, bro. Don't give me back that shit. Like, he even said, like, just donate it to a church or something. Like, I don't want it. From there, that's how I knew, like, this is somebody who's a friend. Because he self-sacrificed without me asking to do it. Same with you, Jim. You had to pick my ass up when I went to Philly. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that. But you were willing to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to really like beg you to do it. I'm just like, hey, bro, can you? He was like, yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? It's friends like that I feel like your friends. But to me, it's always the people who have the excuses of not being there for you. Those are the people I think you gotta watch out.
But also to the same degree, also be aware of people that, like, we call them takers, right? Hey, I need some. Hey, I need some. Hey, I need some. Hey, I need some. Bro, this is like the 40th time this month, bro. Like, what's going on? Why? Like, damn, bro, you can't get it together? Like, at some point, either they're taking advantage of you or they are just wildly incompetent with their own life. And at that point, they're a detriment to you. So at that point, there's someone like that you got to get rid of because they're only hurting you.
That's a good one though. Like, guys, always remember, identify who's your friend and foe in your group. I'm not saying not to not hang out with foes, because again, they could be fun. They could be one of those people that are just extremely fun to hang out with. But I'm just saying, identify who they are, because that way, if you fall on hard times, you know who to actually go to. Oh man. With that being said, that is the end of today's episode of Danger Ahead. As always, remember, we are here not only to give our opinions, our perspectives, but if you have a brand, if you have work that you're doing, if you have a career, maybe if you want to just tell your story, just let us know. All right, just let us know, and then we'll have you on the show. Going forward, just know this is on Sunday at 8 p.m. on Twitch, and then you will catch us either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm gonna say Wednesday or Thursday for now. On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. With that being said, guys, we appreciate y'all for listening, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in. And we hope you guys have a blessed night, and we are out.